All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to For Our Success. We're so glad to have you with us today. We have this exciting show planned for you this evening, and we're so delighted to be able to share this information with you. We've been talking about success from the beginning of the year, and setting goals and all kinds of things that go along with that. And this time, we're going to be talking about developing and understanding what the mindset is for success. There's a certain thing or
Oh,
way
I'm
that you
sorry.
think.
Okay, please forgive us. We just had a technical difficulty. Facebook has changed their format on how we record. And so I don't know what's going on, but we're hearing an echo. And so I had to kind of interrupt Linda a minute so that I could go to Facebook where we are recording live to make sure that this is that we're not overriding each other with our voices. So you give me one moment. There we go. Okay. Now say something,
Okay,
ladies.
we're ready now?
Hello.
I'm still hearing an echo. Does someone have theirs on? Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna try this. I'm hearing something in the background. Okay. So forgive us. Linda, as you were saying, go back. We have been talking about success and
Do I need to start from the beginning again?
I
well,
think so.
actually, actually everyone can hear us. They can see us. So we are
Okay,
live. They do see us live. We just want to actually, start and let them know what's going on. So
okay. All
technical.
right then. Well, I'll just repeat it again and just bear with us, those of you who heard it the first time. But we are just delighted and excited about this show that we have today, which is about the success mindset. You know, there's a certain way that you really need to be thinking in order to attain success. And the greater your goals, the more meaningful it really, really is. And we're glad to share this information with you today. And so Coach Mary Ann will be the one that will be primarily leading out today. And Mary, do you have that agenda for us so we can put that up so they can see it?
Yes, actually, we're okay. One moment here. Yep, definitely. And
And these will be the talking points, and you can kind of keep those in mind. And if there's something that you're really, really concerned about or interested in, make a note of that and what Coach Marion has to say about it. And so we'll be looking for that to
well,
come up.
rather than just me, we're gonna actually let me back up a little bit, Linda, because I think that we should all kind of lead this conversation because it is who we are for our success,
Yes,
meaning
of
our
course.
group, right? So I'm gonna share
Mhm.
the screen so we can uh okay, so here we go. Uh so can you all see that? Is our picture in front of the word success? There we go.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so thank you for joining us for Conversations for Our Success. Just gonna Today's show is a success mindset. We're gonna talk about your mindset. Are you ready for success? Are you prepared for success? And what does success look like? Have you had some successful experiences? Are you having them every day? Are you setting yourself up for future success? Some people just have a limited mindset, and we're going to be talking about the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And so the first thing we're going to do is, this is the overview of the show today. We're going to define success. We're going to define the mindset, talk about attitudes, and then what makes up your attitude, your system of belief. And you're always hearing us say, according to our system of belief. So according to our system of belief, we're going to define what we mean when we're saying system of belief. And then we want to ask you, how do you define your success? And then questions, we'll talk about questions you should ask yourself. And so we'll get started with our first one, which is success. which is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. So, ladies, I'm going to stop sharing the screen right now and bring you up. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about success.
Mhm.
You know, what our thoughts are about success, because
Mhm.
some people feel like success is is something that you get to, like a destination. You know,
Mhm.
one day I'm going to be successful, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
And we talked about
Mhm.
this. What was some of the things we brought up?
Well, one of the things I think that we brought up that really kind of struck me is it's when you are um, feeling pleased about what you do and you enjoy what you do, whatever that space may be, then that's a type of success.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
think that a lot of us don't think that way. We don't even take time to appreciate what we are and where we are,
Mhm.
and if we're really enjoying it and it gives us pleasure and success. I mean, a feeling of accomplishment or anything like that. We just always reaching for the next thing.
Yes,
Mhm,
yes,
mhm.
yes, yes.
So sometimes just being
Mhm.
mindful of where you are,
Mhm.
of what you have and what you've done already is a type of success. That's an important part
Mhm.
of that successful
Yes, very.
mindset that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. And I think about, I'm a sociology major. I majored in sociology in undergrad. And I'm sure you guys heard the Maslow theory. You have the ladder at the top, you have the basics, or, you go from the basics into your self-actualization. And so I remember studying that, and between that you might have air, then water, sex, safety, then there's actualization. And so self-actualization is like the pinnacle. It's the place where you need to get on that ladder. And for me, it's real simple. I knew I wanted to be an attorney for some time. And my sister said this to me. She said, kiddingly, which is some truth to it, she said, "You're going to be a poor attorney." And what she meant by that is I wasn't going to make a lot of money. Well, guess what? I didn't make a lot of money. That was not my point in practicing law. I
Mhm.
am, if you want to categorize me as a poor lawyer in terms of not having money, I'm proud. I feel successful in spite of the fact that I did not make the monies that a lot of attorneys make, and they go into that for that reason. But that's that ladder of self-actualization. And so what I'm saying here is that self-actualization for me was practicing civil rights litigation, helping people. I've done that for 26 years. And guess what, ladies? I feel successful.
All right now.
Hey,
Oh, that's what
which
I'm talking about.
go ahead. Which brings me to a point that said, when we talk about success, I let me share another part of the screen. When you talk about success, where it says accomplishment or an aim, or of an aim or a purpose, you could be aiming to be a good mother, but what does a good mother mean? Does a good mother mean that you spend more time with your children? Does a good mother mean you cook for them, you wash your clothes? What are all the things you do, the small things you do as a good mother? Do you wait until your kids are grown and gone and to say I'm a successful mother? Or you know do you talk about success along the way? And I know for me, we had talked about it, that success is more of a journey of
Mm.
both small and large goals. It's a journey. We actually, it's not a destination like I'm going to get there one day, but it's now, it's present. You successfully made it through yesterday. You successfully made it through the day. And so with that, we want to be sure that you understand that you define your own success. So you have to have a certain mindset. So let's go to the next slide, which talks about mindset. Okay, mindset is to establish, it's the established set of attitudes held by someone. So, what is your mindset? Is your mindset a growth mindset? Is your mindset a fixed mindset? Are you prepared for growth? Are you looking for possibilities? Are you always trying to get better? Or are you just fixed right where you are? I'm cool. I'm good right here. I'm good. I'm successful. Now I'm stopping. I'm good. So when we look at your mindset for success, when we say in a success mindset, we mean growth. We're more with a growth mindset, meaning we're moving you forward. We're talking about future successes, further successes, not that you haven't been successful already or that you're not successful right now, but that you have some, room for growth and a mindset of growth. What do you girls think about that?
Mary, can you kind of give us an idea as to what the difference is between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset?
Well, some of the things some of the things with the growth mindset, you're really, you're looking at opportunities to grow, better yourself, to do something better or add something to your life. Growth. If you think about a plant, let's just use a plant starting from a seed. And just like a child, you feed that child good food, healthy food, the child is going to grow healthy. You feed a junk food, the child probably have a bunch of infections and things like that. And we think of us as adults, we are growing. Hopefully we're growing, we're getting better. So a growth, so you look here, you see a failure is an opportunity to grow. That's what a growth mindset would look like. Okay, so I didn't do it as good as I did it before, or I wanted to do it. But you know what? Guess what? What did I learn from that? But when a fixed mindset might say failure is the limit of my ability. That means I failed, so that's it. I can't do better. No, honey. You fail your way to success. You've heard that before, right?
Mary, one of the things I was thinking about as you were saying that, I know some people who have accomplished things, and they are accomplished people, but they have fixed mindsets now because they have reached a certain level and they feel like that's all there is, like I'm here now, and so I'm at the pinnacle and this is it, but something, life will always throw you something where you're going to desire something more. Sometimes that's what failures are about, and that's what things that you think are against you, or things that happen to you that you're not pleased with or whatever. Sometimes it's to push you to set new goals,
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Which takes us into our next slide, which would be once I do it here, which would be attitude. What is your attitude about your success? What is your attitude about success? Let's look at what attitude is saying here. It is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something, typically one that is reflected in a person's behavior. A settled way of thinking or feeling. That's my attitude about this. But I want to go on to the next slide, because the next slide incorporates attitude. Because in order for you to get an attitude about something, which is reflected in the person's behavior or whatever, or you have a system of belief. This creates your attitude. Your system of belief creates your attitude. And so here is a system of belief. You're hearing us always talk about it. And here it is. Our system of belief means, yes, what do we believe in? What do we really believe in? What is our belief? So when we think about this, we always talk about us being Christians. And so this is our system of belief. So just for example, this is what our system would look like. we believe in God, we believe in Jesus, we believe that Christ is our Savior and that He died on the cross for us. That is our belief. We believe that. Not only do we believe that, our attitude about that is demonstrated in our behaviors, the way we act, the way we walk, the way we just the way we live our lives. At least it should be, but we try. Okay, we're not really sure, but that we try. Sometimes we fall. But one thing about Christianity, it says a righteous man falls 7 times in a day, but he gets back up again. So that's a beautiful thing, and God's always forgiving us and turning what was meant for our harm around and make for our good. So it's all good. And then we have an understanding of the word and our relationship with Christ, and then acceptance. We accept this word to be true. So we accept God, and we accept, the system of belief that we have, as a part of our life. So we accept the things that come our way that we believe are blessings. And so we accept that. And so another system is to trust. We trust that God is our Heavenly Father. He is the creator of the earth. He is creator of the whole world. And that, we have faith in His ability to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. We have full confidence that He hears us when we pray, when we ask Him for things. We have full confidence, and we have hopefulness that the substance of our things, or the substance of faith is the substance of the things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. So we actually hope that God is real. We hope that His word is awesome. And then we rely upon Him. So that's reliance. Now that's how we use it in Christianity. But what if it's just, your system of belief about your ability to do something, like run a marathon, okay? Do you believe that you can run that marathon? What's your attitude about you running that marathon? How are you acting? How are you behaving when you want to run that marathon? What's your understanding about what it takes to run a marathon? Okay. What is your acceptance? Have you accepted the responsibility of the things you're going to have to do in order to run that marathon? Or do you trust that you can do this? Do you trust that it's a legitimate marathon? What's your faith? Do you have faith in yourself? Do you have faith in the process that if you train properly, you're going to be able to do it? And then are you confident?
Are you confident?
You can run that marathon. Yes, you can. And do you have hopefulness? Do you hope that you could do it? Because you can. Do you hope you can do it? And reliance upon, can you rely upon yourself, your ability, the process in order to get you to run that marathon? Do you see how you can apply a system of belief to a situation that can have a successful outcome? Does that make sense, ladies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It does.
What are
It
your
does.
thoughts about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. I wanted you go on because I wanted to kind of like you as you were talking, I was thinking, but I don't. It's going to cause me to have to go back a little bit though. But I want to hear from
okay.
Linda. Want to respond to that question?
No, I was going to say, I thought that was very good that you would apply it to whatever your belief system is, because, many of us have different belief systems, but the same steps are still applicable. The same important things to consider are still applicable, no matter what your system of belief.
Mhm.
And so, Mary, my question is, suppose you don't have that much confidence. Suppose you don't have the faith. Then what? What do we do?
Okay, remember so what I was talking about, what I was referring to, and I'll go back, I'll share the screen again. So what I'm basically talking about is how we talked about attitude, and attitude is built from your system of belief. So I'm saying here that your system of belief actually incorporates these things. So whatever level of confidence that you have, it's according. So let's just look at the opposite, but it's still your system of belief.
Mm.
Okay. You think you're no good. You think you can't do nothing right. You think, man, I'm a screw up. And I used to always say that, oh, I'm a F up. because I told y'all that used to be my,
Yeah.
my first language. So that was, I'm a F up. Everything I do, oh, that's stupid. That's dumb. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. What was my belief? That I was stupid or dumb, that I was an F up, that I couldn't do anything right. What was my attitude? Well, I acted that way. Okay. What was my understanding? My understanding was that, hey, when I do something right, beat up on myself. What was my level of acceptance? I did not truly accept my greatness, who I am. I didn't accept that just because I did something wrong or I didn't understand it, just because I didn't do something right, didn't mean that I was dumb or stupid or F up, didn't mean that I was no good. You know what I'm saying? It just,
Yeah.
so I didn't accept, so my level of acceptance was low. And I didn't trust myself to do things right. Okay, it was my system of belief.
Yeah.
You can take the same system and understand it can work for you or against you. It can help you have a growth mindset, a fixed mindset, and I call this a self-defeating mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? And so my faith, what do you think my level of faith was in myself? You know? And my confidence, like you said, Linda, my confidence was low. My self-confidence was not there. It was low. And hopefulness, well, that might have been maybe high on the list. I might have hoped that things would be better, but maybe I was afraid to get my hopes up too high, for you Christians. And so if you're not a Christian, it's still some good truth. But Christians, every Christian, every person that says that they are a follower of Christ, hear me out. I preached this one time. It's called High Hopes, getting your hopes up high. And I would have people raise up their hand and say, high hopes. The reason is because the word of God says that faith is the substance of things hoped for. And then it's the evidence of things not seen. But you got to first hope for something. So the enemy is always trying to get us to not hope. Oh, don't get your hopes up too high. Who said that? That's not in the Bible. Who said don't get your hopes up too high? Why not get your hopes up high? Oh, because, you're afraid that you might dream too big. You might hope too big. And then why? You're going to be let down. You're going to be disappointed. I'd rather dream too big and make it halfway there than not dream at all or dream a little bit and then don't even get nearly where I could have dreamed if I would have, where I could have been if I would have just dreamed big. Dream big. Get your hopes up high. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. And then relying upon. Did I truly rely upon my own ability to change the outcome? Because every time I beat up myself, and I didn't accept myself or accept the situation, when I beat up on myself, what can I really rely on? So yes, this system of belief, your system of belief is strong. This is not saying that, hey, this is saying this is what your attitude is developed around. This is what your behaviors. So I do this, how to overcome self-defeating thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. And so if you want to know about that, inbox me. But how to overcome self-defeating thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. We do that. And so in our system of belief, you got to make sure that your attitude, your thoughts, your attitudes, and your behaviors are in line with the way you want your system of belief to operate. It's like a vehicle to getting you to where you want to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Indeed.
It does. It does. And
And-
everybody's success is everybody's success is gonna look different.
Oh yeah,
right?
Definitely.
You kind of like took me into where I wanted to. Well, you go on with that if you like.
No, go ahead. No, that's you're. I just put the screen.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
So I have an old a teacher that I had when I started college. She's in her 90s now, and so very vivacious, just a very active person, right? And so she just told me, she was tired pretty much. And this is what she said to me, I'm ready to go home. Her system of belief was that she had done all that God had called her to do. It hurt my heart. It really broke my heart to hear her say that. But after I thought about it, I said, well, that is her level of success. She felt that she had done everything that she wanted to do, or God called her to do, and she's ready. She's not moving like she used to. She's not trying to accomplish things. She's just ready.
Mm.
Well, that's a level of success for her based on her system of belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
You follow me? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes,
powerful the stuff.
yeah, it really is. It really is. When you want a mindset of, when you want a success mindset or a mindset for success, you know that you have to do some self-evaluation.
Mhm, mhm,
You know you have to first ask yourself a series of questions. That we have some questions today for you to ask yourself.
mhm,
You know, but the first question we have for you is, how do you see yourself? How do you define success? Let's look, like you said, success for her is that I have already
yeah.
done what
Yes.
I need to do. I've
Mhm,
already been successful in my life, and
mhm,
this is what I need to do, and this
mhm,
is where I am. I don't need any further success. This is
mhm,
enough. This is
mhm,
enough.
mhm, mhm,
So
This is good.
yeah,
Mm,
so when we look here,
mm,
I love what Maya
mm,
Angelou said. Angelou, when we ask you how do you define success, this is what Maya Angelou said. She said
mm,
she believed that success is about enjoying your work. She
mhm,
said success is liking yourself,
mm.
liking what you do, and liking how you
So
do it.
true.
Isn't
Mhm.
that beautiful?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Like,
And it's
it's
true.
liking yourself.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, do you like you?
Yeah.
If you don't, hey, I'm writing a book and we have a
Mm,
program that we're going to
mm,
be having.
mm,
Come to the Me Love, Cultivating Self-Love and
mm,
Self-Compassion, Me Love Life Transformation Retreat that we're going to be doing next year. Me
mhm,
Love Life Transformation Retreat. So we can teach you how to love yourself,
mm,
how to love me. I
mm,
love me some me.
mm,
She
mm.
said, she said, success is loving yourself.
Yes, that
It's
is true.
liking what you do. It's liking yourself. Some people love themselves, but they just don't like them.
Mhm,
And remember what I said? The person I just defined, first I took your system of belief, spirit in a spiritual realm, according to Christianity. Then I took your system of belief in a race. Like
mhm.
life is a
Wow,
marathon.
it's awesome. Mhm,
That's life is a marathon, right?
mhm, mhm. It is.
So you can use those same principles. Go back and rewatch this. Use
Mhm,
those same principles to run your marathon of life. So you can be successful, you believe certain things. And then now look at Maya. Look at Maya.
This is
Maya, then I also showed you the negative part of it. But what is Miss Maya? Queen Maya. Oh my God, I love her. Queen Maya, rest her soul. God, she has left so much in us,
mhm,
imparted in us, right?
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Queen
mhm,
Maya says it's liking yourself. That's success.
mhm,
When are you going to be
mhm.
successful? When are you successful? Now. Get your mindset ready so you can grow. You got to fertilize the soil. Your mind is your soil. Set it for growth. And then we say here, success is a journey filled with accomplishments,
Mhm,
both big and small, that are worth acknowledging and celebrating.
mhm, mhm,
If I say, oh man, I messed up, gosh, you know what I've learned to say now? Remember what I told you I used to say? What I say now is, wow, I should have did that differently. Let's see, how can I,
mhm. Yeah, don't we all say
you know,
that?
or I might say, that
Yeah.
wasn't good. I need to change that, but I don't beat myself up about it,
Mhm,
you
Right.
know? And so that's why we ask, how do you define your success?
mhm,
Do you like yourself? Do you
mhm,
like what you're doing? Do you like how you do it? You know, think about life. Do
mhm,
you like your life?
mhm.
you know. If not, we got some other questions for you.
Mhm.
Questions we want you to do. These are some you want to ask yourself. I'm gonna have Linda take this one, and then Lucinda, you take the next one. Linda,
Okay.
take
What
this
is
one.
what is my mindset? That means the system of belief about my success. And what do you want us to do? To personally say something about
Well,
it?
yeah, I mean, we're just giving some examples of how that might show up. When they ask themselves, when you ask yourself, what is my mindset
Mhm.
Hmm.
about
Mhm.
my success?
Right.
Mhm.
We're talking about personally now. You
Mhm.
asking.
Mhm.
Introspect, right.
Hmm. Yes.
This is really good.
You
Mhm.
know
How
what I'm saying?
how am I feeling about my
Mhm.
success? You know,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
I don't know if you have something that addresses this, Mary, but I was just thinking the thought of, I may feel successful in a certain portion of my life,
Mhm.
but in others I may not.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
sometimes
That's a good point.
I overblow my success as a career person, thinking that that's me.
Mhm.
That's all of me.
Mhm.
Whereas, you may need some help
That's good.
working to be a parent or a
Mhm.
husband
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
some other part of your
It's
life
true.
that
It's
needs
true.
attention.
Mhm.
And sometimes people get that confused because they have
It's good.
great success in one area of their life.
Mhm.
The other area of their life is a mess. Because
Mhm.
they have not they have not addressed the
Mhm.
need to be successful in
Mhm.
their,
Wow,
you know.
it's good.
So that's what I was thinking about when that flashed up.
Yes.
Uh,
It's
but it's
interesting.
very important for
But
us to
I
determine.
didn't I didn't I didn't put anything. I'm sorry, Linda. Were you finished with your point?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I didn't put anything in the slide to talk about that, but I
Mm,
can tell you that that is a great point to
Mhm.
send home with
Mhm.
our viewers,
Mhm.
that they understand that there are going to be some areas that
Mhm.
you're not as successful
Mhm.
as you want to
That's
be.
so true.
So then you don't ignore those areas.
mhm.
You see what's
Mhm.
needed. You
Right.
Mhm.
bring it to the place where you want it. So what's your
Mhm.
understanding about it?
Hmm.
You know, look at that system of belief. What's your system of belief
Mhm.
around that thing? So sometimes you don't have to be successful in things. I used to say this. Okay, here, my grandmother, she used to clean, 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 honey, and she loved to clean. I never seen somebody just smiling, just love to clean, clean, clean,
That's what she
right?
loves.
And I said, Grandma, I said, I try to
Mhm.
be like that. But she said, Mary, I was in a 2,400 square foot home, and I'm like, and she just go through there, zip, zip, whip, whip, and I'm like, oh my, it take me all day, 2 days, and I said, Grandma, I said,
Mhm.
I try to be like you, but this is where she said, Mary, everybody's not good in the same thing.
It's so
She
true.
said the things you do out there, the way
It's so good.
get in front of
Wisdom.
people, the way you got all these people doing these things and whatever, and these meetings and all that. She said, I could never
Mm.
do any of that.
Uh-huh.
She said, I watch you and I go, oh my God. I said, Grandma, I watch you and go, oh my God.
Mhm.
That's because we have our own level of success.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
We define what's successful to us.
Mhm. Mhm.
I could successfully speak in front of an audience of I don't care how many. Can successfully,
Mhm.
speak into the lives of people and break that word down where they can understand that word and apply it to their lives. I can do a number of things,
Mhm.
but that's for me. That's
For you.
my level. But
Mhm.
Right.
guess what I cannot successfully do? Clean people's homes all the time. My sister's a CNA. She's so good with that, honey. You don't want me to be your CNA, PCA.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I can't do it. I
Yeah.
can do it. Wait, let's stop. I can do it, but not as efficient or
Mhm.
sufficient as my sister who's gifted in that. And
Right.
guess
Gifted.
what? I
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
care
Mhm.
because I can pay somebody to do it. Somebody. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Pay
This is real
somebody to do
good.
that.
Foundations.
Is the house getting clean? Yes.
Yeah.
Did grandma clean it? Yes, she loved it. She like, let me do this.
Uh-huh.
Wash dishes anytime. I'm like, yeah, you can wash them dishes. I'm not gonna fight you for it, because I'm thinking, oh God, I gotta go wash the dishes. And she's thinking I get to wash the dishes, which brings me to a point before we move on. The things that you're not as successful in, or just when we talk about your attitude, let's go there. When we talk about your attitude,
Mhm,
there's a difference in what I have to do
mhm,
and what I get to do.
mhm,
It's called perspective.
mhm,
When you shift your perspective, you can shift your mindset from a fixed mindset to a
mhm,
growth mindset, from a self-defeating mindset to a, fixed or growth mindset. So it's perspective. I
mhm.
get to do this. Grandma looked at those dishes like I get to wash the dishes. Really? And she was like, I was like, I have to wash the dishes. And let me tell you, I did try it for a while, y'all. I used to tell myself, oh, I get to wash the dishes. Oh, I get to wash the dishes. That didn't last for very long. That didn't last for very
But
long.
it wasn't real. It
But
was
they
not
say
real.
fake it until you make it. But let me tell you something now. Now I live alone. Well, Josh comes in and out when he comes to visit, or different ones come to visit. But even when I'm here by myself and I smile because I'm in there, I like this, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking or whatever, and I'm washing the dishes. Now I get to wash dishes and it's okay, you know?
Mhm.
Hey, so anyway, I hope that helps somebody.
Yeah, but let me say this too. This is
Yeah.
just so good, so beautiful, because so what I'm hearing from you is our system of belief is our foundation. So what I'm hearing is when everything else goes wrong, because I find myself doing it, I just go back to my foundation and lean on it
Mm,
and renew my strength.
that's
It's
good.
just, it's really true.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
really true.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So to those out there who, you know, your system of belief is, make it your foundation and just, go to it
Right.
when you find yourself low. Because remember, you have that found, and it's excitable. Wow, this is
mm-hmm.
good. Good stuff.
Good,
Mhm.
good, good. Well, let's do it. Let's ask the next question, Lucinda. So let me share the screen again.
Okay. And
And
while you're doing that, Mary, while you're
uh-huh.
getting, I just wanted just to encourage those who are on with us to, leave a remark or questions that you may have or whatever.
I'm
And
trying to get there
ask-
so I can see. I think we have some viewers, but I'm trying to see actually it for whatever reason my computer
Take your
has
time.
frozen up. Yeah, thank you. I will. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if I can get there now. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. I'm not seeing any questions just yet.
yeah, well, it may take time for people to ask, to get it,
Yeah.
ask
Okay.
their questions or
So
comments.
good, good, good. So let's see. The next question that we want to ask yourself is, there you go, Lucinda.
How important is the successful accomplishments of my goals to me? Well, of course, being an attorney is really important that I am serving my clients and I'm meeting their needs,
Mhm,
because that's really what I'm after. So the successfulness of what I feel is not about me putting another notch on my belt,
mhm,
winning another. No, that's not it. It's about knowing that I have served my client, knowing that I have dealt with their issue, knowing that I have given them all of me, and knowing that they know that I have given them all of me, irrespective of the outcome.
mhm,
So from
mhm,
that perspective, it's the accomplishment from that
mhm,
perspective is important to me.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
And Linda, were you going to say something? I
No,
wanted to.
go ahead.
I think about this, how important um, is the accomplishment of my success.
Mhm.
When I'm coaching someone, I ask, how important, what is important about this goal you say you want to achieve? What's important about it? And I ask that because I want to know how important it is to them. Is it important enough for them to do it when they don't want to? Is it important enough for them to uh, make uh, sacrifices for? How important is it? You know, it's important for them to do the work that's
Mhm.
going to take to make the changes. So, how
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
is
How
your
important is that? Yeah.
success?
Hmm.
Because if you say
Mhm.
it's important, then remember your attitude.
Hmm.
It shows in your behavior.
It does.
And our bishop says you can tell what you're waiting on by what you're working on.
Oh, okay, I like that.
You can tell. So that's Bishop Dale C. Bronner. He said, Word of Faith. You know, that's my bishop. He said you can tell what you're waiting on by what you're working on. So
Wow, it's beautiful.
so let me tell you all. I usually try to hold some things down, but so I've been believing God for husbands for years, but I won't tell you that I've been working on that. Okay. So I said I was waiting on them, but I wasn't working on it. Okay. Now I'm working on it, but but you can tell, and I was like, okay, do I really want a husband? Well, first I had to. Okay, let's just use that. Can we use that as an example?
Sure, sure.
I say I want to be married, right? Now I'm 60 years old, everybody. Next month I'll be 61. And I say I finally want to be married, right? And then you see how I'm stuttering right now? Because I have coached and ministered to so many couples, and I love couples. Y'all beautiful. I got so much admiration for you. My oldest son has been married for almost 25 years. Or they've been together for over 25 years. And then one's been married. My other son's been married 11 years. They just celebrated 11 years. And my daughter's been married for 15 years, so they got this longevity thing. And so here's the thing. Um, I had to first decide how important is it for me to get married.
Mm,
And
wow.
I thought when I opened my mouth to tell you guys about it that I could say, oh, it's real important to me right now. But I can tell you, this is an example of what you might be going through, is that I'm still working through it to find
Mhm.
out how important it is. Because every time I think about the thought of somebody telling me where I can go and can't go and have to report to somebody and doing that, since I've been so independent my whole life,
Mhm.
I just think men are just the greatest gift God could
Yes,
give a
they are.
woman. Oh my God, I love me some men. I just think y'all wonderful.
Yes, they are.
I do. But but oh my God. I I I compromise. I really do. And I like my peace. I don't like drama. I don't like negativity. I don't like somebody, always seeing the dark side of things and that, it's just certain things that I like in my life that I go, so how important is it for me to want to get married? For me to want to cohabitate with another person who has their, because I can't take a wimp of a man. Let me stop. I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you wimp. I can't. There's certain men that just real soft and kind of timid and stuff. Well, I don't do well with them because
Okay.
I need me a man. You know, I need me a man who knows who he is. He's confident.
Confident. You're
So
confident. I understand that. Yeah,
he's a
understand.
leader in his own right.
Understand.
So with knowing that about me, it's like, okay, well, is it important? Uh, it's getting more important than it was before I had my kids. So I never even cared. I don't want to bring anybody around my kids. It was very important to me to have my kids, be, adults that not in jail and on drugs and on alcohol and all out there. That was important. So I invested my life into my children. You know, and
Mhm.
so if I would have a boo right now, a husband, my honey, my king, yeah, I will be investing myself into him too. So I it's becoming more important. You see, as I got to talking about it, I loosened up a little bit. So it's becoming more important. But before I can actually have it, I got to make sure that I'm hopeful about it, that I
Your
believe that
system
I
of
can
belief.
have it, system of belief around it. Now you see how that works? Okay.
Falls right back. It hinges on your system of belief.
Yes,
That is
falls back on
amazing.
your
Yes,
foundation.
yes,
Right.
yes.
Right, right.
Yes.
So let's see where we at in time. Okay, good. We got a few more minutes. Let's share. Linda, if you can take this next question, that'll be great. There you
Oh,
go.
let's see. What
Mm,
motivates me to succeed? Hmm.
it's a good one.
We have to ask ourselves, what motivates us to succeed?
Hmm.
What motivates me to succeed? Well, it depends on
That's
now.
right. I was
It
about to say it
Go
depends
ahead.
what it is. It depends on what it is.
Right. Go
Like
ahead.
you were saying, you were motivated because you wanted your kids to have a certain lifestyle and that kind of thing. And so you invested in them to make sure that they turned out a certain way. And I feel you on that because I feel the same way. So it kind of depends on, you know, on, you know, what it is that's really driving you, you know, to that. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of with you so far as the men thing, but you know, having been married and having experienced all of that, I uh my desire is not necessarily marriage because I've already done that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, but I do enjoy the company of a partner and
Hmm.
having someone around, and I'm motivated to do it, but it's not a high priority. It really isn't. I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, you know, it's something that I would like, but
Hmm.
something that you know, I could live very successfully and very happily without. And I feel that my life was still full,
Yeah, so
yeah,
full.
you know.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of depends on where you are with those things, you know. So I don't know. How do you feel about it, Lucinda?
Well, no, I agree with you. It's just certain things are on a higher level of importance than others. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so, how am I motivated? Every time I open my mouth, I just go back to my lawyering, being an advocate. As you can tell, that's all I do.
Passion.
That's all I got in my life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
girl, you got family and other stuff too.
but yeah, I do have family and other stuff. But what I'm saying is, they don't. Well, of course, they encourage me. But what motivates me is the fact that I know there are people out there that need my help
Hmm.
and that I'm going to be able, to assist them. So I don't care where I am on that circle, it's going to stop at me being in a happy. I mean, it's just like the center
Hmm.
of my life. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't separate my advocacy from my relationship with Christ. You can't separate that. You can't separate those two from my everyday communication, even with church, my attitude, it's just all connected.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Follow what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I listen. I got a question here before we move forward, but uh, Stacy asked, "So, what are you looking for in a mate?" And Stacy, that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, it
A
is.
whole nother show. Okay. But yes, it is true. She brings up a point. A point is that you must define, and that goes back to the first question: how do you define success? So if I'm looking for a man
Uh-huh.
or to come into my life, I have to know what I'm looking for. A
Hmm.
lot, I know a lot that I don't want.
Mm.
And I also know because I have it written down. I can tell you, I wrote it down.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Yes, that I do want in that man, you know. And I named a few when I said I want him to be a leader in his own right.
Okay.
I want him to, you know, be able to stand on his own, because sometimes people are pulling at me, and you know, and I'm giving myself away to people, and I don't need him to feel like, you know, he can't handle himself. Uh, and so yeah, there are a number of things. Love to be funny, you know, dance, but you know, some things you're willing to compromise on.
Mhm.
Because if he can't dance, come on, that ain't the worst thing in the world. I didn't talk
Okay.
about dance. I mean, we could dance, so you know, that's no big deal. But there's certain things that, you know, that you don't want, you know, you just don't want. I mean, if he's
Yeah.
just a mean
And you must have.
right, certain
Mhm,
things you've got to have.
mhm, mhm.
Um, and she said she asked because I talked about the thing that I didn't want in a mate. That makes sense. Was trying to find out the opposite. Got you. Having a clear vision, that's right, of
Mhm,
what you want, I
mhm.
think can lead you to success in that area.
That's good. Now that's good. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Very
And I
good.
hate I failed to say that, but I'm so glad you brought that up, Stacy, because it is so
Mhm,
true.
mhm,
You definitely must
mhm,
know what you want. And that's why when we went back to the first question that says, how do you define it?
mhm,
Because
mhm.
you
Must
have
know
to
what you
define
want.
what success is for you. And the
Mhm,
only
mhm,
way you can do that is have a clear vision of what you want. So she's
mhm, mhm.
absolutely right.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So yes. Um, anyway,
You
so
did
now,
mention that, but you know, you kind of mixed it up with what you didn't want to.
right, yes, true, true,
But
true.
we want to, I think what she's saying, what we want to do is focus on what we do want, you know, because
Mhm,
we don't want to magnify all that negative stuff. We just want to
mhm.
make sure that we, you know,
Right,
are focused
exactly.
on what is really
What we
important.
do, yeah. That makes
True,
sense.
true, true, true,
So
true.
true.
So
Yeah.
true. So, and then let's see, before we wrap up, we got let's see, one, I think we got one or two more, because I know we want to talk about,
Mary, while you're pulling those up too, oh, okay, we got one or two more
we
questions.
got two more questions.
Okay.
Did you want to make a point before we went into these questions?
No, I was just going to ask if you could, you know, pull up or before we leave to pull up the screen with the basic points that we were covering. So if anyone had any questions.
Yes, yes. Okay. So
Mm.
118
What actions? Is that the
attributes
one you
you
wanted to
want
pull up?
in me. Wow. Stacy said she had 118 attributes of what she wanted in a mate.
Whoa.
I hear you. And that is
Whoa.
easy to do.
Amazing.
One of the exercises I have my clients do is to come up a list of like, say if they're having a problem with the person and they can't see the positive side of a person or a positive side of a situation. I challenge them to come up with a list of 100 things
Mm.
to that about that they can say about that person or that they can say about that situation. And so yes, Stacy, that is a great exercise, and I do use that. I really do. And like I said, I got a list, so that's how I said that's a whole nother show. We gonna have you on the show for that one, Stacy. Oh, wait a minute, Stacy, you'll be on the show next week. Hey, everybody, make sure you tune in next week. We usually do every other week, but next week we're doing our Mother's Day show, so that on Mother's Day you have that off. So we'll talk about that here at the end as we wrap up. But yes, Stacy's going to be on there. You know, that's Dr. Dugan's daughter, and then she was, you know, the chef, but she's going to be there. She's a mother, and I'm a mother, and Dr. Dugan is a
Your
mother,
daughter's going to be on
and
there.
my daughter Elise is going to be on there. My sister from New Zealand. She's going to call in from New Zealand, and she's pregnant. She's going to be there, and she's a stepmother. And then we have Lucinda, who's an advocate mother. And so we are. She's a
I like
surrogate.
that.
Yeah, she's an advocate surrogate mom. And so we have a good show. And then next month we got the men coming. Oh
Oh,
my,
that's a good one.
be good. We got a great
Yeah.
lineup for
Fathers,
you next
fathers.
month.
Yeah.
Woo! Them some powerful men. But
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited to see
Yeah.
them. But anyway, so yes, we're gonna have Stacy next week, and she says she'll see us soon. So we are happy about that.
Mm,
Yes.
mm, mm,
Uh,
mm.
we want to ask you. So, what actions can you take over the next 90 days to move you towards a successful accomplishment of your goal. So I might go, what actions can I take over the next 90 days that's going to move me? I want to be successful. Now, so I'm being transparent, y'all. So my weight climbed up so high. I looked in the mirror one day. I didn't even know myself, child. And I said, boy, I've been this big for a long time and I didn't realize it. It creeped, but then one day I just looked. I'm like, So now I have been creeping down. Thank you, Jesus. My
Thank
thing
you.
over the next
God.
90 days
Mm-hmm.
is to at least drop me 30 pounds
Okay.
and at least 2 inches. And I say that because I want to go down at least a size. And I don't want to do it too fast because, you do it too
Right.
fast, you get all wrinkly and
Yeah.
and you get all, saggy and all that.
Saggy. Yeah.
And I'm a pretty sturdy woman. And so I am eating differently. I am being more active. And so over the next 90 days, what I want is to be able to come on the show and say to you guys, hey, I made it. I put in a SMART goal to lose this weight. I planned my work. I worked my plan. I went back and revisited, see what was working and what wasn't working. I reassessed it and then revamped it, and then and now and then I celebrated successes all along the way, which is the next one. Is before the next one, I'm sorry, we do have one more. How do I sabotage my successful endeavors, and what can I do to prevent further sabotage? So I had to look at that. What am I doing? How do I sabotage it? Sabotage it by bringing sweets and things in the house. Okay, I can sabotage my efforts, and drinking soda and not cooking more. I can sabotage it in a number of ways. And then how can I prevent that? Well, I could put an action plan that says, hey, you know what? How about I go and treat myself maybe once a week,
Mhm, mhm,
you know,
mhm,
or maybe every 3 days. Can I just go 3 days? So I'm trying to do the intermittent fasting. So I've
mhm.
started on intermittent fasting. And so anyway, so it's 9 o'clock. We had a long show today. I gotta give you the last one. How do you stay
Mhm.
encouraged? Just keep encouraging yourself. Have people, because this is a journey, have people to help you, have people to be around you that's gonna encourage you. And finally, what Oprah Winfrey said. First, we say, how and when should I celebrate? Why should we celebrate? Because Oprah said, the
Mm.
more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life
Listen,
to
that is
celebrate.
so true. True
Mm-hmm.
So
statement.
celebrate yourself, celebrate your success, small successes and large
Mhm.
successes. Celebrate along the way. We love you. We really want to talk more, but it is at the top of the hour. We don't have much to say. I'll let the ladies close it out. I am just so excited you joined us. You came back, you viewed this. Remember, Mother's Day show is next week.
Mhm.
And then in June, we have the Father's Day show. We'll have shows in between then, but we want you to look out for those 2 shows.
Yes,
And we'll
definitely.
put up the advertisement on it. So God be with you. I love you, ladies. Ladies, you girls can take it away. What you have to
Linda?
say in your final
Well, I
words?
just wanted to say I'm looking forward to some people
I'll be
writing
right
us
there.
or making comments on the show about how successful they've been in whatever their endeavors are. And we hope that the information that we gave to you today will help you in doing that.
Yes.
And we'll check in with you, Sister Mary, in July to see how your program is working.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And I concur.
Okay,
We
Sister
love
Kurt.
you. Bye for now. God be with you.
All right.
All
All
Good
right.
right.
night, everybody.
Good night.